Yo, what up, y'all? That's how we're gonna start it with a sigh. That's not even a sigh of relief.
That's
It's a
not.
sigh of disgust, man. Oh man, this shot is just going to what we all had to endure yesterday. We're gonna talk about it, but I feel like a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer today. I'm not even gonna look, man. I'm wearing blue, but I didn't even want to wear my Knicks shit. I don't even watch hockey, bro. Like I'm just wearing the Islanders today. You know, I can't depend on the Giants, man. Like you know what? This shot, we gonna take this swig, man, because my emotions is a little bit damaged right now, man. And I'm about to walk to the store and just chill on the corner for the rest of the episode, like a drunk. Salute, my guys.
Yo, peace. Welcome back, gents.
Hello. Before I even get into the intro, Rod, the floor is yours, my guy.
I was wrong. Knicks in 4 was absolutely not what was gonna happen. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I honestly feel like, not for nothing, I'm not looking at Jalen Brunson. I don't even know who to blame. At this point, it's literally Thibbs. This has got to be Thibbs last year. Like
It's all of them. It's
like
Thibbs. It's OG for getting cooked. It's
OG
Brunson for fucking dribbling the ball around and trying to be the fucking hero of the game. It's Thibbs for being uncreative offensively. Right? We could just stop. We could just go on and on and on and on, man. Like there's major shit, right? You don't think?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Again,
Yeah.
I'm still not going to be hypercritical on the Knicks because
Yeah, me neither.
not for nothing. If anybody can make an adjustment and figure it out, it is the Knicks. But now there's calls for pause. I have to give credit where credit is due. Because Jay was like, "Oh, don't let Cody Cunningham go off." I was like, "Oh, let him rock. Let him rock and stop everybody else." Unfortunately, let him rock. They let Cade Cunningham rock, and they didn't stop anybody else really. And it wasn't even the two X factors that I thought it would be. It wasn't Malik Beasley. It wasn't Tim Hardaway Jr. It was just fucking Schroeder.
K working and Schroeder with the dagger. Let me do the intro and then we'll get back into it. Yo, Real Sports Talk. You already know. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back and all that. It's your boy Cash. You know who I got with me. I got Jay with me. Got D with me. I got Q with me. And I got Rod with me. Solemn today. A little somber mood, right? For now until Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening. I'm a Knicks fan and I live and die with each win, man. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. Knicks lose to Detroit, drop game 2, 100-94, I believe. The score was definitely not indicative of the game because they got punked. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't pull off another. I think they were down by 8 again in the fourth, and they just couldn't pull it off. Man, there's so many places to point blame. Listen, if they lose a series, in my opinion, Thibbs has to go, man. Like what I was looking at the other day, and I hate to bang on him, pause, but the ball was not moving. There was no creativity in that offense. Thibbs is a defensive guy, right? And he's a defensive guy who's now coaching an offensive team. That's just not mixing. That's oil and water. You know what I'm saying? The ball was not moving. Everyone was standing around, pounding the ball into the ground, poise, dribbling. I love Brunson, man, but Brunson, if you got to stop worrying about the refs. And I know there was a big discrepancy in the free throws, and Thibbs now addressed it, as did Bickerstaff game 1. So this now becomes the chess match of the coaches and all that. You know what I'm saying? How it's always been, they go into the media and then they try to influence the refs. But listen, Cade Cunningham, I thought, we put out a post saying Wingstop is back in business. And he went and shut them down until further notice. He shut Wingstop down. OG was getting cooked. Brunson, he had 37, but them big dudes is playing stupid, wild, physical, and you could tell he's having it's a hard 37 pause. It ain't like a fluid 37. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. I gotta ask you a question, Cash. Because again, everybody's like, "Oh, we ain't gonna be super critical on the Knicks," but what the fuck is a hard 37? Pause, respectively, but 37 points is 37 points. Meaning it got to be manufactured from somewhere. If his 37 was 27, we'd be speaking to how much worse his game was, right? Somebody got to put the ball through the hole.
Yeah, but it's not so much hard in terms of like like, first of all, it is hard in terms of how he fucking had to score the points.
Yeah.
But even deeper than that, he's taking a fucking beating, getting 37 points. And that shit is going to catch up to us.
And he ain't really distributing the ball. He's not getting everyone involved.
Nobody else
you know what I mean?
Involved. This is like he's working super fucking hard for that 37.
He played a little bit of hero ball the other day. And I love Brunson. Don't get it twisted. And in the past, we needed that. But real quick, Cat got cooked. Cunningham doing what he wanted to do.
Where the fuck was Cat at?
Cat, listen. My man, the whole game I was thinking, what would Giannis be doing right now? You got Tobias Harris D'ing him up. Pause, right? How you not? You should have bodied Tobias Harris, man. You should have dropped a 50 piece on him, man. Imagine Giannis in that situation. Giannis would have caught a body, son. 100%.
Give me the ball. It comes from
Give me
will.
the ball.
It's not skill. We know that. He has the skill to play the position. He has the skill to be almost the best player on the court, maybe other than maybe Brunson or Cade, right? But
soft though.
And I think actually, to be honest, at any given day, any one of those three could be the best player on the court. But there was just none of this.
There was no rhythm, though, guys. And let me hand it off. Let me hand it off to Rob. I hand it off to you first, man. We kind of assessed the Knicks already, whatever. But give us your official take on that game.
Everything that y'all said, like again, I couldn't have been more wrong. Cat wasn't playing like Cat. He wasn't Big Deli Cat yesterday. Instead, he was more like Big Pussy. He was Big Pussy yesterday from like The Sopranos. He was that.
Big Puss got killed too. They dumped that in the ocean.
Killed, yeah. Like and
top it off.
If it was
history repeats.
If it was a 37 hero ball from Jalen Brunson again. Like I'm just glad somebody's trying to score because nobody else is manufacturing the points. You know what I'm saying? When they had the opportunity, nobody else looked like they wanted to take the game into their own hands. OG didn't look like OG for the pass. He finally fell off his cliff. Josh Hart did Josh Hart things, but again, we're not expecting Josh Hart to take over a game at any point, right? McBride scored some points finally. Okay, so he didn't give us zero. McCall did what McCall does. So, but it's an effort that you need from everybody, and unfortunately, the Knicks came up very short. And if the Knicks continue to play like this, some could contend. If you're looking at it from a non-biased place, the Knicks should be down 0-2. Some because the Knicks played the same type of game in game one. They just had a 21-0 run that got them the victory. But some would contend this is the same game from game one, except the Knicks didn't have the firepower on the back end to lift them up and through the fourth quarter to catch a W. So if game three in Philadelphia is indicative of what game 1 and 2 were, there is a good chance at this point. And again, I still think the Knicks win the series. My hubris maybe say Knicks in 4, but I still think the Knicks win the series. But if the Knicks can play like this, they could go down in the series. It might be a 2-1 where the Knicks got to dig themselves out of the hole to win. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that's not the case. I hope the Knicks go in there and take care of business and at least take game 1 in Philly, just to have that momentum. But if the Knicks play anything like they played in game 1 and 2, there is a good chance that the Knicks could go down 2-1 in this series. And then, my ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at asses on fire. And I mean, like, a lot. There's a lot of heads are gonna roll. Starting with Thibbs, starting with they're probably gonna be a couple people on the trade block. Like this is they're gonna make a statement if the Knicks lose to the Pistons, which were a playing team in the first round.
100%. D, talk to me.
Now was what I said, Deron Stradamus. I told y'all, man. I told y'all
can we mute this nigga? No, I'm just kidding.
I told y'all the Knicks was not going to shoot at that high percentage that they shot at the first game. I remember saying that, right? And everyone was, the Knicks they was high on the Knicks. Listen, I love the Knicks too, but I'm a realist, okay? They was not going to shoot 70%. All right, I'm looking at the stats right now. They shot 42% field goal, 42 last night. So all the people that was 100%, like Mitch shot 100. He was 3 for 3 in the first game. Mitch last night was 0 for 2. Josh Hart 2 for 6. Jalen 12 for 27. Yeah, he worked hard for that 37. 12 for 27 shots. And what he went now he did go 9 for 11 from the line, which is good because for me, like if you don't have a star that can make free throws, you're done. And he was the only one
shooting free throws, though. They wasn't blowing the whistle at all for us.
Yeah, they wasn't because why? Because no one was going to the hole. Nobody was Like nobody was forcing the issue. Cat Cat just didn't shoot enough, man. He was shooting those little fadeaways and all that bullshit. He don't go to the hole. Jason Hart, like I told y'all, he needs to go attack the basket. If Jason Hart attacks the basket, we win. If he doesn't, if he's pedestrian waiting to make plays, and if he catches a rebound, like we need him to be hungry, man. Y'all players, these players are getting too much money to be standing around talking about, I'll let the game come to me. Fuck that shit. Go and get it. That's what I got to say right now, man. They got to go get it. They're not going to win if they don't go get it because Detroit got something to prove, man.
They hungry. Jay, what we talking
about?
It's a microcosm of what everybody said. But even deeper than that, the 3-point shooting was abysmal. Fucking Mikal Bridges was 3 for 11 from 3. OG Anunoby 0 for 4. Cat 0 for 2. Josh Hart 1 for 2. Jalen Brunson 4 for 12. I don't know when we thought that everybody has to be Steph Curry. Like, that's not our game. Occasionally we can get warm and get busy, but that's not how we've won the majority of our games. So why are we trying to change our identity in the playoffs? Stick with what got us there. We got a little bit excited, and when I say we, I mean the team itself got a little bit excited thinking that this team was a team that they were going to run through based on that 21-0 run. Thinking, hey, listen, we can turn it on and off whenever we want. There's a young team. They're not prepared. They haven't played in the playoffs before. We're talking about Cade maybe. So we have all types of confidence going into this game that at any given moment, we can pull one of those out our ass again. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. We weren't even able to put what I think it was an 8-0 run together, and we still lost the game. It's just not enough to be in those positions where you're behind the 8 ball that late in the game, and then you have to spend all that energy to try to not only get back, but then win it. There were some real critical mistakes throughout the game. I think Thibbs, his lineups were a little bit shifty with the way. I understand that Cam got into foul trouble, and that's kind of wrecked the way he wanted to stagger the guards, I think. Cam he got 3 fouls very early in the game, and I think that kind of wrecked his philosophy of the way he wanted to stagger the guards. But even with there was just so many fundamental errors I think that he made on as far as coaching, where you just didn't see any continuity with the way they were playing. They were very, very sloppy with the way they were passing the ball. Spacing was absolutely horrible. When Cat and Jalen came out of the game early, you saw that they fell fucking apart. They just completely and totally fell apart. And it looked like high school basketball at one point. It was very, very slow. And that was on both sides. Like, that wasn't just New York. You were seeing a lot of that. The only difference was you started to see Detroit come out of it and capitalize on a lot of that bad, sloppy bullshit basketball that they were playing, whereas we weren't scoring on the other side, which is how we ended up behind early. If you ask me, I'll be the first one to tell you we lost a home court advantage, and I'm nervous. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm at peace. Like, I said Knicks in 5, and maybe that was my confidence and courage, showing itself. But I don't feel that way anymore. I think that there's a strong possibility we could easily, just like Ross said early, shout out to him, that we could easily go down 2-1 after the next game and be in real harm's way. And we already know that if we lose in this first series, as Ross said again, we are going to absolutely have some significant changes to the coaching staff. There are going to be people that'll be moved in the offseason in order to get some new blood in here, some more hungry blood, some more aggressive blood into the building, some real terrorists.
You gotta have some real conversations at that point. I think everybody's like, "Oh, we don't need this, we don't need that. Let's just do this."
We absolutely do.
You absolutely see them going. Like, they probably go after Kevin Durant at that point. Like, you gotta
look squarely into the eyes of Cat, because yesterday's performance did not do him any favors. You can't. And you're gonna play a clip. Hopefully, you can play it now, please. I want people to hear this. But I felt like this. This guy actually vocalized how the fuck I felt.
This is crazy. Let's play this shit.
He is not mentally, physically capable to get that position. That's why he stands in the corner. And this has been in the league for 9 years.
So you blaming? I'm confused, Omar.
You cannot go up a play. What I told you
He was
in the
drawing up
beginning of
plays
the
for
season.
Brunson. He was drawing up plays for Brunson, his best player.
No, let me ask you. I told you in the beginning of the season, when you demand a ball, when you are not soft, you demand a ball. Brunson at least demand a ball. The Carl Town standing on the corner does not demand a ball because when you have to post up, you want a physical battle to get that position. He is not mentally, physically capable to get that position. That's why he stands in the corner. And this has been in the league for 9 years.
So you blaming? I'm confused, Omar.
You cannot draw up a play. What I told you.
He was drawing up plays for Brunson.
Yo, Omar's a crazy motherfucker, man.
That is
Omar sound like he living like Woodhaven or like.
Shout out to Omar.
That's a passionate call, and they let him rock for a long time.
I couldn't even get my passion together to sound that, but that's if I had to put a voice on how I felt.
Yeah, he blacked.
That was it.
Yeah, he definitely blacked. Listen, man. In terms of let me get this shit together. Let me put Q up there. In terms of the Knicks, man, listen, they just got beat up. They got out muscled. They got out physicaled, and it was just bad. Q, give us your take real quick.
It was a horrible game. Holy shit, man. Yo, and I'm gonna state why we lost this game, but why the hell are we letting Bridges, who had a trouble shooting the three all game, take the most pivotal shot at that moment? At that point, I'd rather see Jalen Brunson chuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he had such a clean look, so I understand why Jalen did it. But you can't trust Bridges in those type of big moments. We really are trying to find out who we can. It's not Cat, it's not OG at certain points. You know, like if these guys don't get going early, which is usually how it should happen and feel, man, it's like what do we expect? Like, because if you're cold, a superstar and a man in the team and that winning passion, that animalistic tenacity shit, like that comes at any given moment. You could turn it on when you were really a dog like that, bro. And we really don't have anybody on the team like that except for Jalen Brunson. Let's keep it a buck, man. Like, and I'm talking about offensively. Defensively, yeah, we got some dudes. Offensively, it says Jalen Brunson, and how far are we gonna go when it's just a point guard that acts that way, who's 6'2", probably. They say 6'3", probably like 6'1", 6'2". You know what I mean? Like,
gotta break down.
Yo, we're fouling the shit on them, and the crazy thing is, we had about the same amount of fouls that they committed against us versus them. But you know what we're doing? We're fouling them when they're shooting the ball. That's why they shot 15 more free throws than us. We lost by 6 points, and they shot 15 more free throws, and they made 12 of them. Like, that means they're choosing how to play us, and they're choosing us when to foul. That's strategy. We don't have that. They're changing the pace of the game, and that's going to be what's most important. And we're not, and they're choosing the pace of the game for us because they're driving to the hole, like what Son said earlier. You know, they're driving to the hole. They're committing these fouls. You know, they're making their free throws. They're controlling the pace of this game and letting the Knicks get bottled up and commit these erroneous fouls. And now they're the ones that's going to be able to put points on the board, stop the clock, let their guys rest, and just say whatever. Yo, they didn't even have Isaiah Stewart in the game. Like, Mitchell Robinson was getting outboxed. Like it was just all around.
And he didn't get that much minutes either. Mitch didn't really get that much.
Yeah, like I think he had like 15, 20 minutes or 18 minutes, like 7 boards.
I think Mitch got to be in there a little bit more. I think Mitch got to really clog that middle up.
I think they got to do that. And I think they got to put them, if they got to put both of them in there together at the same time, like then that's what's gonna have to do it, because you're gonna have to strategize and see how we're gonna be able to stop these guys, because like we know they have something to prove. And this team is going to be under a lot of scrutiny and under a wild, vicious microscope at the end of this season if this doesn't turn out exactly how everybody expected it to turn out, because we're all healthy. we got Cat, we got Bridges in the off season, and yo, people gonna look at us like, damn, them niggas are still having issues just getting out of round one.
Where were the adjustments? That's what I want to know.
Everyone said that Thibbs was going to make adjustments in the second half. I didn't see them.
Where were the adjustments? You didn't run any type of X and O plays for Cat to free him up, even though you shouldn't have to free him up because he's got little dudes on him. You know, like in terms of like defensively, okay, they picked it up a little bit in the second half, but like Cade Cunningham still got his shit off in the second half. What happened to OG, man? Can anyone tell me what happened to OG? What was he thinking about yesterday?
He turned back into a fucking pumpkin.
Yo, he got cooked. 20 in the first half from Cade. Cooked. And what happened to Mikal Bridges? He missed that wide open look at the end. Fam.
His legs weren't under him. There's no legs. He's fucking exhausted. Because
Brunson missed one too, to be fair, but damn, man, Brunson's hit 1 billion of them shits already.
He was exhausted because the lineups were not tweaked the way they were tweaked in game one. Those lineups were not tweaked properly. They weren't getting the appropriate amount of rest due to necessity. They had to get their scorers back in the game because OG, like you said, was not scoring, so they need where just so happens that Mikal and OG don't necessarily get busy on the same day. I don't understand what the fuck that dynamic is, right? So we're missing that connection. And then you have to think about this also. I was very clear about this, and I'm not here to beat a dead horse and no shit like that, but I said we cannot allow Cade to get some fucking runway and start tearing shit up in fucking Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Right? That's the guy that we got to watch. Control that guy, bottle him, and let everybody else get theirs because they're not going to be able to maintain that level of intensity. And just like I said, fucking Tim Hardaway Jr. did cardio on fucking yesterday.
He did 0 point, put up a donut.
Back and forth. Motherfucker did cardio.
Yeah, he was just exercising.
He should have watched fucking Apple Watch.
It was Cade and Schroeder. Honestly, it was Cade and Schroeder that killed this.
And they let that burger Schroeder score 20.
That was
and the big dagger that really killed us when that killed the whole comeback.
That fucking three.
That killed us. That killed us.
That little smiling German.
Schroeder's scoring 20. And here's the thing that we all not saying. I mean, actually, we did allude to it. Cat didn't show up, man. Like, all right, everyone else gave us what we expected. Bridges had 19. He only had 8 the first game. OG had 10. All right, so OG and Bridges they made up for each other. What is similar to game one? They
neutralized the points, just swapped it.
Yeah, exactly. But Cat only had 10.
Nothing in the second half.
10. Cat cannot have 10, and we win this series.
No.
There's no way Cat can have 10.
We missed Cat's 13.
At least 20.
We missed 13 points from Cat from game one, and then we missed 14 points from from Cameron Payne. Check that out. So think about that. We're not expecting Cameron Payne to do that every game.
You only play 4 minutes.
You can't expect Cameron
Payne. Play 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes.
He got 3,000.
He got into foul trouble, but let's not act like Campaign is a savior, though.
I'm just saying
that who cares if he gets? Who cares if he gets fouled out? Because you said they had no legs under them. Yo, let him play. Let him play an extra 10 minutes, man. Yo, I don't care if he gets fucking fouled out.
But he gets fouled out. Oh yeah, then I guess you have to.
And Cam only got those minutes in game one because you wasn't getting shit out of Bridges.
Yeah.
If we being honest,
what the fuck did we get out of Bridges yesterday?
Yeah. I mean, you got 8 points out of Bridges. If I'm not mistaken,
that could have came from anywhere.
You got 0. You got 0 out of Bridges on game one.
Okay,
and you didn't get none out of Deuce in game one either. So that's another reason why Cam got all those minutes.
Wow, exactly. So what's the difference? We got more from Cam than we got from Deuce. If you want to really do the math,
all I'm saying is
we got an additional 6, which is what we lost by.
It's not a difference of switch this guy out because this guy could do more. It's you need the production from everybody. Whether it be, so I'm in foul trouble. You come in, pick up the slack. I need Cat has again.
It's about matchups, bro. It's about matchups, bro. Deuce does not fit well against this team.
In no series, in the playoffs, should you have, let's just quote unquote call it a future Hall of Fame or an all-star big like Cat, in no series, I don't give a fuck if he's on a Timberwolves, I don't care what team he's on. Your all-star big is not supposed to give you 10 points in a playoff game. I don't care what team you are. I don't give a fuck if you're up by 30 or anything. There's no reason that Cat is only giving you 10 points. And that's unacceptable. Everybody else I could call a role player, right? I could say, okay, well, Bridges is supposed to do Bridges shit, or Anunoby is going to do Anunoby shit, but there's really zero. There's no excuse, actually. 0 excuses for Cat only having 10 points. That doesn't make any sense. We could talk all the shit that we want, but at the end of the day, Cat with 10 points and a playoff game, nonetheless, is something where somebody got to have Thibbs got to have to talk with him and tell him, listen, where's your heart at? Because not for nothing, I don't mind it. I don't want us to lose it all. But if we lose and Jalen Brunson has 37 and Anunoby has 10 and Josh Hart has 8 and Mikal Bridges has 8 and Cat has 10, there's a problem. This is our big. You are a big acquisition trade. Julius Randle gave niggas more than that. Julius Randle and DiVincenzo gave niggas more than that yesterday.
There's no way that Julius would have got the rock with Tobias on him and not thought he was food.
Tobias Harris,
he'd have been bully balling the nigga all day. Julius just played that jail ball shit.
Tobias Harris is not supposed to outscore your all-star big, win or lose.
100%.
I don't give a fuck. There's no in all the comments. The Knicks lost. We're not supposed to be talking about when Cat had 10. Cat had 10. How many boards did Cat have? Can anybody bring that up real quick?
Yeah,
7.
7 boards.
Yeah, 10 and 7. You know what?
6.
That's terrible.
That's called a preseason game. Those are preseason numbers that Cat gave you in a playoff game.
And 0 offensive boards.
And 0 offense.
And he was a negative 10 when he was on the floor. So that goes to show you that, you know what I'm saying?
So I blame this whole win on Thibbs and Cat. I mean, it's loss. I blame this whole loss on Thibbs and Cat.
Yeah.
Tibbs and Cat.
Thibbs is key. Tibbs is key.
That ball gotta move. That ball gotta move a little more fluidly and crisp, and the extra pass and the drives and the kickouts. It was all one-on-one. It was all LA Fitness shit going on there yesterday.
Well, let's call it like it is. The players got to get out there and play, man. Like Thibbs is putting the players out there, but like you said, he missed that big open shot. Like I was crushed when there was a big no call. What do y'all think about? I don't know. Maybe I was bugging. When Josh Hart dunked the ball towards the end of the game, I felt like he got fouled on that.
He did get fouled. He absolutely got fouled.
And that was a microcosm of the whole game. They were not blowing the whistle for the Knicks. But they were playing very, very, very physical. Jalen Duren, Thompson. They was bullying
Thompson
the
got
Knicks,
fouled
bro.
out. Thompson got every foul on Jalen Brunson.
But they were just mad physical the whole game. Those big guards on Jalen, but listen, we could sit here and talk crazy all day. Listen, if I'm the Knicks,
turnovers too. We got
he had some turnovers.
Yeah,
I need them niggas to come out and be physical next game. Be the fucking bully. Don't you know what I mean? Fuck all this little finesse.
That's when they're gonna start using their whistle again. When the Knicks start getting physical, they're gonna start blowing their whistle again. You're gonna have Cat with like 4 fouls in the first quarter, and we're gonna have another problem. So the Knicks got to be cautious because for whatever reason, it's like the NBA sometimes it feels scripted. Like
especially against the Knicks.
I don't know if like I'm just a nut maybe because when I get the ball, I'm trying to fucking score. I'm just mean, man. Like I don't understand these NBA players who get the ball and they want to fuck and it's like a hot potato in their hand. Like I'm chucking. Fuck everything. That's just me, right? I'm chucking. I remember I used to play ball with my man, right? We used to go play ball.
I ever want you on my team.
We used to go play ball at LA Fitness.
We
used to go play ball at LA Fitness like 1 a.m. And I remember this nigga said one night, he was like, yo, nigga, why do you shoot so much? I said, nigga, because I can make the fucking shot, nigga. Why the fuck am I not going to shoot it? Like, I'm supposed to let you shoot it? Fuck you, nigga. I'm shooting. I'm letting it go.
That's why you like campaigns so much. Now I get it. Now I know it's starting to make sense.
He let it go, man. Like what? When you get the
what happens when the shot ain't dropping though? And what if that's not your role? Like
when it's not shopping, then you make other things happen. You box out, you rebound. You know the drill. But I'm letting it go. I'm not on some scary shit. Like I'm letting it go. Like if coach got me in the game, listen. This is what I'm saying. The reason I'm saying this because when I played high school,
but you taking good shots.
Nigga. I was a scary nigga when I played high school basketball, right?
Yeah.
So once I started playing ball, like all that shit went out the window. I'm chucking. Like, and I don't understand these players that's scared to let it go, man. Let that shit go. Hit them little free throws. Like,
yeah, but Cat can let it go. Brunson can let it go. Some of these other niggas start letting it go. They going to the bench, nigga.
Yeah, I mean they got green light. But I
think start going out there and chucking. He's going to the bench, nigga. Don't work like that.
But what D is saying makes perfect sense because Cat has a green light. Why wasn't he chucking?
Yeah, Cat has a green light. Yeah,
exactly.
Cat's a scary. Same shit with when they played Dallas last year. He's a scary nigga sometimes, man. All that finesse shit is cool, man. But sitting out there.
Julius Randle laying niggas
Let's
up.
Let's just say it, guys. Let's just say it. He's soft. Let's say it like
he's soft, yeah.
He's soft, man. Like
unaggressive.
He's a great player. He's a great player. There's no debating that, man.
He's everything that Jimmy
soft,
Butler
though.
said he was. He's everything that Jimmy Butler said he was.
Man.
Listen, he can hit the jumper. He can hit the three.
Fuck Jimmy Buckets, though.
But he's soft, man. He's not banging down low with you.
Let's
not gonna get this.
Let's hope he comes out and gets. Let's hope he comes out and get busy though next week.
I hope they smarten up.
The guy had 0 points in the second half, and that's an absolute concern. 0.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all though, but Julius Randle served somebody just now. It's just reminiscent of a Knicks.
Shout out to